Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. We got Night Dog. Night Dog is back and he is in his Scorpion G, a tank he likes quite a bit. Pure Tier 8 battle. Let's go ahead and get the tanks up here for you to see. Always important. Pure Tier 8 battle on Fjords. We're on Fjords and we find a scout right off the bat. Looking for a highlight on that guy. He's behind some rocks right there. Pretty typical spot for scouts to try it again. Looks like Night Dog either guesses or I'm not seeing the highlights. You never know what the... It's unfortunate. Oh, there we go. We are seeing highlights, so we just kind of guessed right there. So we're in some hard cover behind the building, and we're looking for some shots. That guy's obviously down below. If you look at the mini-map, you can tell they're down there. But Night Dog doesn't have a whole lot going on this side, so he does have to be careful. He can support if the Hawk or the FV202 can light some people, but he's got quite a few of them trying to get up on the hill. The good news is the Progetto's keeping them from getting the hill, so the hill is a bit neutralized. And it looks like Night Dog will move up into a little bit closer position. Come up here by these silos. The silos do provide a little bit of cover, as does that building, although they also block shots on occasion. So we're taking a look, and if they come and crest up over that ridge up there, then you've got a good shot from here. You do have to be careful, though, because you can get lit as you fire the gun, and the effect of the bush is gone because you're right up next to the bush. So we've got a VTU up in the corner, the FV and the Hawk, and it's got a Charioteer over there, and all of a sudden we got a WT just walking around the middle. Nice shot into that guy, and we do get spotted. So nice job pulling back. You had to expect that to happen. Now when Night Dog sent this to me, he said, watch as he maneuvers around, replay that demonstrates a tactical decision that contributes to a loss for my team. There are a few choices that would have resulted in a draw, but I chose the one that sealed the defeat. So let's take a look at that, taking that into consideration, and think along with me as you're watching this thing. What are some of the things that Night Dog could do or not do during this battle to help his team win? He finds the 40T. It looks like the highlight is a little bugged. There we go. There's a little highlight of him. Looks like is he right on him? I'm going to find out if he nails this. Yep, he is. So unfortunately the replay is not showing that. The 40T is a bit dopey. And Night Dog, I believe he actually shoots into this, assuming he's got him tracked. Probably, oh no, just missed him. Looked like he was tracked right up to that moment. Now he's going to back out, and he's got quite the stack up there coming down. Down goes the 40T, and we're looking back over to here. Now this was interesting to me because he's actually going to get control of the situation here. He's actually on the left side of the silos. There is an opportunity to move over to this way or even over to this part of the map so that he can see around this corner a little bit. You have to be careful. You don't want to go too far down here. Actually, you can go quite a ways further than you might imagine. The problem is he has lost his cover here, and there is a Panther 8.8 hanging out down in this area as well as a KR. So he's lost that opportunity, but realize that those positions over here along that bush line can sometimes see as they come around the corner and get shots up into there. So he's looking for a shot over here on this guy. He's got nothing, the KR. And Night Dog, just take a quick look on the minimap. That KR is way down in the south down there. Nice technique on waving the camera around to look for a highlight, but unfortunately he's way over there. So just a little wasted time, but didn't hurt you too much. We've got 1,400 damage, and things are looking all right. Again, we got the Super doing his thing. The other thing about going over this way, Night Dog right here, maybe moving across and looking at these, but you might catch these guys being a little silly, coming around the corner or peeking or whatever. You do want to be careful of getting spotted. Obviously, a Scorpion that gets spotted is going to take some damage more than likely. There are a couple artillery pieces that would love to find you. And we find the 8.8. You got a big push going up the middle. Big push going up the middle. Got some guys up top and then a push up the middle. You know, there was an option right there to push in on these two on the Panther 8.8. Just come right along that road and help take that Panther 8.8. So he's using this position right here to protect himself from the push and to pop out and take shots. And he's covered from here because there's nobody there from your team. If you'd have just driven right up there really quickly, you might have been able to take this guy out. Looks like he's not up on the hill, so that's a good thing. Granted, you would, once you spotted, you potentially take shots from the Super, but it was an option right there to try to take advantage of your team's push and get in there and break open this middle. Looks like you're looking for that shot. He takes a hit, and now he's just on a charge, and he dies, so good deal. Down he goes, and things are looking okay. It's 5-5. Still a scrum down in the south. It looks like you're a little behind down there in the south, actually. Got an RHM1 spotted, a Sturv, which is probably on their little peninsula, would be my guess, down there, and a TS5, which I don't think has been spotted. You got an IS-3 and KR, enemy IS-3 and KR. There's the prototype. He's in the middle. And we're just kind of hanging out. So I think at this point of the battle, maybe start moving around a bit to start creating your own shots. You do have the mobility, and you can tell right now that the Super has shots into your guys because he just killed the Hawk 30. Well, those guys are in trouble. The 4202 doesn't really have anywhere to go, and as long as you hang out here without shots, you're not really helping or supporting him. So I would have definitely moved across, because now the danger of being spotted moving over here is gone. That 8.8 is gone. I just come down low here, cruise right through these bushes, and see if you can't help this 4202 get rid of the Super Pershing up there. Maybe just a little more passive right here than I would like to see. We're going to hang out for a bit, eat our chocolate. Chocolate is delicious, and we're looking for an opportunity here. 112's flex, so the 112s are now actually coming all the way back around. And down goes the even 90, and down goes the Lorraine. And all of a sudden, we're in kind of a bad situation here. There's the three of you, one TS5 that's attempting to fight two guys with turrets, and that is eventually going to go not well for him. Yeah, clicking down there, I mean, that's a good thing, but what are you going to do about it, right? You do have the mobility. You could have flexed down to the south. That was an option right there. You're not going to want to push into a Super Pershing up a hill that's in cover, and here we go. All right, good. So we are going to flex over that way. Probably a little earlier. You would maybe have trouble crossing where the prototype is. I would not go through the middle, though. There's too many TDs unaccounted for. Well, it's really only a Sturv, isn't it? And the RHM. So God knows where the RHM has gone. Probably into that tree line somewhere. Around E7 or 8, right in there. These guys are pushing the TS5. He's in bad shape, so he's about done. All he needs is one HE shell into him, and he's out. Kind of surprised they haven't beat him yet. The fact that they're letting him hold them off with 32 hit points indicates kind of what the skill level is in there. Looks like maybe you're going to go for an assassination, but you end up finding the RHM. Nice zoom. Oh, there we go. We got it. And we're going to move forward. Now, I would not have moved forward, straight forward right here, because you're just asking for something like this. And pretty soon the Arty is going to be moving over to shoot you. They're right in the open right there. Sturv's making a runner. Again, I'd have snapped that shot off and moved. Yeah, there we go. So you had to know that was coming. You were hanging out in the same place too much. The Sturv sets up, and here he's turning. And I'd have been trying to get out of the way of that thing real quick. I might not even taken a shot, or just take the snap while moving back, because you needed to cover up. So we've lost 900 hit points there that we definitely did not need to lose, and certainly could not afford to lose. And now we're kind of stuffed. Really surprised that 155-51 didn't just finish you off, but he must have been looking somewhere else. So that's good news. They can't look everywhere. They do have to pick some place to look. I like this. You're going to come out and then hug the right side and just hope that that Sturv didn't somehow get a spot on you. It looks like he doesn't. Bit of a risk crossing right there, but you make it happen. You got a lot of guys coming in on you. Potentially. Well, here's the question, though. Which way are they going? All is not lost yet. You got a lot of time. It's 8 to 10. But, geez, wouldn't it be nice to have at least one of those hits back so you could take a hit? Because you're a one-shot to everyone that exists on the map right now. Even the lowly 46 KR will probably kill you with one shot, unless he really low rolls. I think he's a 240 or so. And this is interesting. You come around here and thinking maybe I'll come in behind him, and you could not know this, could you? And it may be that's why the TS lasted so long over here. Because the other guys simply could not get through. And look where he died. He died. He looks like he came out in the open, and someone finally got a hold of him right there. But a lot of dead tanks blocked their ability to go through. Looks like maybe you're thinking about it, and holy cow, now you're stuck, and we're turning around. Heading back, and we don't have a lot of good options. That 4202 is showing no signs of wanting to move around. He eventually got the Super Pershing, so let's see where he goes from that. He's finally opened his ability up, and This may be what you're talking about as far as getting the draw and not doing the right thing. Now, this is very interesting positioning wise. There we go. Night Dog has just settled in, right? He's got his hat and his kerchief, and he's settled in for a long winter's nap. More than likely not going to have anyone come up behind him. Given enough tanks in there, they might push the wreckage out. If you're a ghost and you're watching, you might be able to tell Night Dog that's happening if you see your dead wreck moving. But more than likely, based on this situation, pretty secure in the rear flank. That's not bad. But the problem is you cannot see the road. You can see the road. Let's get the aim thing going on here. You can see the road from here and left. But guess what? You're missing the turn. Where can I see the turn? Over here. Right? Over there. That's the bush I would be in. That one, I can see this whole approach. And if I go a little further out, I can actually see someone who might try to come down the beach. Or I go over further left and I can see it. I don't like further left because I can't get to the rock as fast. I think on this side I'd be over here. That way I can shoot anyone who comes around the corner and cover up. And I should see enough of this to see if they actually come around and maybe try to come down the beach. And I can move a little bit back and forth to see. But right here, this becomes a problem. And now the blame and recriminations are happening. And fantastic, we get that guy. That's what we wanted. All right, very good. Cover up. That brings me to another subject. You were kind of in their front with your hull like this. I'd have turned my hull so the front of my tank was facing this way or even facing that way. So when I shot, I either went forward or back and directly behind this rock. Because if you had a buddy, there was going to be a shot coming right back at you. Additionally, had you been over here, you'd have killed him much faster coming around that corner. But you get seen, all right, that's fine. Now, it might be wise to change sides. Let's say you did go on the south side, which you did. Now I would just plain old change sides. I would not go to the same spot. And the problem you're going to find here is he did have a buddy. And his buddy actually came in unannounced. 4202 is going up and above. I don't know, not a great decision. There's 2 artillery. Really, for him, he needs to fall back, already safe, and help you. This is the standard late game thing where you need to get back with a friend. If you're on the defensive, you need to get back with a friend. The 155-51 took out the Tiger P. That's important. You know somebody's probably over there. Wherever that Tiger P was, where was he? I can't remember. Up in the north somewhere. There we go. Tiger P just said, hey, I got seen from here. All right, so someone's trolling around there. God knows who. Probably not the Sturv, but maybe. Might have even been an artillery. It's more likely right now that the Sturv would be moving because it's so late game and they have good mobility and there's only 2 of you to find. So it could very well be the Sturv. So we're just going to kind of hang out here. The F-4202 is working into the enemy cap and interestingly has not died or does not seem to be fighting anybody. So they're all forward. They're not back there. At least not to where they can see the 4202. And we're just kind of looking around. I'm actually going to minimize the map just a little bit here. Get it away from the rock. Hey, cool. He's found the artillery. Maybe he'll kill 1 or 2. That would be good. Frankly, it's not that big a deal right now. If he'd have just fallen back to the cap side and helped you with some crossfire, or maybe even to where you are, potentially. But he gets in there. He gets one of the artillery. Oh, geez. Where'd that guy come from? And that's what I was talking about earlier, man. You needed to watch the road. That's where you need to be. He come around that corner, he's a dead man. What a great deal. He'd have driven right out of the corner. Nice, careful aim. You'd have killed him. And now there's one less guy. And now we've got to try to fight this guy. Plus, unfortunately, he's got buddies, so God knows where they are. But he's not very good and ends up getting killed. So we back, trying to survive this whole thing. Oh, can I get into my bush? You need to get behind the rock as soon as possible. Do not let them shoot you from the cap. Oh boy, go. What are we doing? Don't know. Oh, going back. All right, so we're headed back this way. There was no real reason to leave there. There really wasn't. I'm not sure. Maybe you're checking to see if somebody's over here. I suppose that's possible. I would just look at the wreckage and go, no, nobody's trying to push through here. Trying to trick them maybe, and then we go, okay, nothing here. But you really gave up your advantage, right? The bushes were your advantage. To get to you, they had to come through the open. And there's no way they were going to do that unless one set up for an overwatch and the other one came in and spotted you when you fired. You even have a pretty good view of the cap with your binocs. Come back here and look. And the FE-4202 is still alive. So this may be the second area where you're talking about, man, I just sort of made a mistake in game. What should I have done? Well, the 4202 is in big trouble. I would not have got on the cap, but he's probably thinking, well, whatever. It's only 2 minutes. I might as well give it a shot. See if I can't win and help him. So if he did that, you probably should have broke cover and tried to go help him. Come through the middle, see if you can't catch one of them in the backside, trying to get back to cap. Because once that cap siren goes off, they're probably both moving towards the cap. They know you're way over here, and they probably figure, well, we got time to take care of that 4202 before he gets there, but we better get on it. So they're hauling butt, trying to get back to the cap, and we're just chilling out right here. Yep, there's a stir, and that's when we finally move. When the cap timer goes down, you know the 42, there they are, they both took him out, right? And they made the right move. As soon as the cap timer went off, they went, yep. And they knew where he was anyway. They were probably working back that way to begin with because of the kills on the artillery. And now we're going to hang out here. And the deal is, at this point, they're probably thinking, all right, there's 2 of us. Let's go find him. So again, fall back to the bush. You moved forward. Hey, I'm going to go help the 4202. Oops, not quite fast enough. All right, turn around. Go grab the bush and see if you can't take them both down. There we go. Start moving back. And we really want to be in that north, or not north, but that east bush. The bush next to the road. That's where we want to be. Dun, 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 turn around, and alright. Yep, there we go. And we're going to take this bush. Now, here's a problem, a couple problems with this bush. Obviously, the guy can get in unseen. Plus, you're completely exposed to anyone setting up back here. Anyone setting up back here is going to absolutely find you. You go here with just enough of your gun around, you fire, you can pull right behind that rock, and these dudes are going to have a much worse shot at you. And we can't even see the guy coming down the road. At this point, you're just feeling, and that's what a great deal. Oh, we rushed our shot. Rushed our shot. I'd have aimed in much more careful, taken the shot, backed up. Now he's down to 1 shot, and while he's moving, his what's the word? His dispersion is terrible while moving, and then he stops, and now he's moving again. And while he's moving, I'd have popped out and shot him. There's 1 on him. It's too bad we don't. Oof! And then there's the prototype who's coming around the corner. So just a little misplay at the end. Had you been on the side you're on now, right here. Nice, careful shot. Boom. Pull back. More than likely, you go dark before he ever has a chance to get close enough. You pull back out and kill him as he's moving in. Pull back. The prototype, who doesn't seem to have been there until that last moment, is now on his own. Probably what he does is he hangs out in this corridor and doesn't even bother coming around against you in the bush. But you don't die. All right, man. Lots of stuff there to break down. Nice game. You got 3,129, 4 kills. Just about did it. This really breaks down to repositioning and end game gameplay, which is where a lot of players who are right in that cusp of becoming great are trying to learn. This is where you get those extra 5% of win rate, or 10 or 15% if you're really good and you're running around at 65. Getting from like 50 to 55 to get towards 60%. This is the kind of thing, doing this part of the game right. That's where those glove saves come from. That's where those extra games are won that other people can't win, right in this general area. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it, and we will see you.